morning everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Julie and I'm a registered Pilates instructor with the Leisure Centre in North Glenmean. You're so welcome and I hope you're doing well and you're continuing to enjoy all of the classes that myself and the other instructors are delivering to you on a weekly basis. So let's just start. I want you just to think of coming into your narrow stance. I want you to think of just lengthening those arms up above you. Draw your arms in close to your ears and just lightly grasp one of your wrists. So we're just going to warm up the core, warming up the whole of the body, the back, the shoulders. So as you stand like this, think of drawing those hip bones down. Let your tailbone shine down, your navel draw back towards your spine, rising up through the crown of your head. And then I want you just to think of coming into a side bend, softening those knees and just rotating the whole way round and up. So as you do this, just draw the head down. You can keep those backs of your legs straight if you wish. We're getting a full rotation into those obliques, into your waist, your belly, your back, your shoulders. Excellent. And as you come up to the top, you can just rise up on those heels, just warming those calves. Let's do one or possibly two more in this direction, lifting up if you wish, just tilting those arms slightly back, just into a little slight back bend, just to strengthen that. And we'll do one more. And release. So just change the grasp on your hands, okay? So just holding in the other arm, the other wrist, just taking your body in the opposite direction, rolling round, and see how you feel on that side. Now you can, as I said, keep those knees soft or keep your legs straight. And you feel you're lengthening through the whole of the back, the shoulders, the bottom, backs of the legs, warming the hamstrings as well as full body. Now remember, as you come up on this one, you can lift up on those toes if you wish, and just coming down, holding at the top, lift up the toes, just slightly arch your back, push your hips forward, and release. Excellent. So just bring both those little toes together, those knees together, those ankles, the calves together. And I want you to think of just coming into your chair pose. I'll turn to the side so you can see me. So your back is nice and flat. You're tucking everything under. So draw it back. Remember not to have a hunch in your back, drawing your shoulders forward, or to have your back dipping down. So just really focus on having a nice flat back there. So I'll turn back so you can see me. We're going to bring those arms up and straighten up. So again, we're working into the chest, into the backs, into the ankles. You'll feel this a little bit more into those hamstrings and into that bottom. And as you do this again, you can just rise up onto your tippy toes, really drawing into your core as you focus on your balance. Breathing out. And let's change direction. Draw those arms forward. Remember, if you feel yourself wobbling, you don't need to add in the heel lift, okay? Excellent. And let's change direction with the arms, but let's change the feet and take into the side. And we're just going to take that little leg out to the side. So working a little bit more as you stretch and bend the knee down. So as you come into this position, just let your arms do what's natural. It may be a slight bicep curl you want to incorporate as you take your toe out, stretching the inside of these legs. Keep your hips shining forwards as you curtsy behind, bending those arms up. And then draw those legs out into a nice wide plie. Feet turned out, toes away. So really working into these inner thighs, okay? Hands can stay on those lovely hip bones, just channeling them facing forwards. So as you draw down, really think of lowering your tailbone, squeezing those knees out, really working them away from the body. Keep a nice line in the back, a nice flat back. Remember, chest is open, head is up. So as you come down this time, I want you to take those arms up. Now I want you to focus on drawing those little elbows in. So staying here, just check from side to side that you're hinging in a 90-degree position. You can just draw your fingers in towards your armpits. Now, if you wish to challenge your balance and that flexibility of the ankle, you can just lift one heel and let slowly, small little pulses here. So really feeling it on the leg that the heel is lifted, but also on the other one. Now, letting that one just stay here for 3, 2, 1, and change. Drop that heel and lift the other one. Let's change position of the arms, rotating them up and down, rotating them right through. So really working into the shoulders, your rotator cuff, and again, you can come down slightly with that heel lifted. So as you take your palms facing down and rotate this time, you'll feel those biceps and triceps. Keep the chest lifted, try not to fold forwards, keep a nice flat back. Now we can just hold this one here, our arms are up this time, and just squeezing, breathing out, remember your Pilates breath. And now if you want an extra challenge, lift both heels, lift those arms up slightly. You can balance on your toes or you can drop, lift and lower, okay? We're going to draw the arms in. So your option, folks, is to lift your heels, breathing out, and just draw those elbows in towards each other, really working into the pectoral muscles, into your chest, toning the whole of the body. Now, staying up on your tippy toes if you can. Draw those elbows together, those forearms. Excellent. And let's just change the direction and circle, staying up, or you can add a little pulse as you circle those arms, elbows in towards the body. Now drop the heels and let's just take those hands up above and squeezing the elbows in to the rib cage. So really working into the different part of the shoulders, the lats, the back, the traps, and squeezing those knees out. Excellent. And release. Well done. Just circle those shoulders up towards your ears. You may have felt that slightly in the backs of those arms. You might want to stretch that out. Well done, everybody. And draw those hands in towards you. Just round standing cat. You can walk those little feet in, just arching up. And then just dropping the head, drop the hands, and just forward fold. So I'll turn to the side. So just hinging at the hips, a nice 90-degree angle, a nice flat back. And just bring your hands to the ground and just alternate those knee bends. So just really feeling the hamstrings lengthen. So on the leg that's straight, just really pressing into that hip. You'll feel the whole of the back of that bottom and the whole of that leg, just really stretching. And then other side, hold it for a little moment. See how that all feels. Breathing out. Excellent. Now, bending, drop the bottom. You can lift your heels and then lift the bottom up. Or you can keep those heels. You may not be able to drop your bottom as low, so I need to lift mine. Your mobility and flexibility might be slightly better. And then straightening up. So just crouching down, you can lift your chest up and then draw your head. So really working into the backs of the legs as well as the bottom. Breathing out. Lifting up, and on this next one, just plant your little bottom down on the floor, and you can bring your legs out in front of you. Now I'm going to show you different options for this move. Hands can be on the floor at the back, fingers pointing towards you, or you can come right back onto your elbows. This is going to be a more stabilizing base for you. Or your option, if you wish to advance it, is to just sit really up straight. So this is your top level if this is for you today. Foot is flat. You maybe can't see my foot is flat on the floor. Okay, my opposite leg is extended. So if you feel that your back is really dropping, just bring the elbows down to support you, okay? Or bring your hands to the floor. That's your medium option, because we just want to really focus on keeping a nice straight back. So draw that knee in. You can just hook it in, and I want you just to point the toe on this leg. Now, we're thinking of lifting and lowering. So we're really working into our hips, working into our abs, keeping nice and straight, okay? I'm just going to bring this hand to the side so you can see me. So you're hovering the leg off the floor. So really focus on pointing that toe. The length of the leg is long. Really feel the own body weight working against resistance. Oh, this feels so heavy already. So you may want to drop down to those elbows. Remember to take that option. Now hold it here. Just draw the knee in. And just hold it. We could just sit here all day. Now take the arms up and down. Keep the leg up. Or if you need to set it down, parallel arms. We're just lifting your arms up, rising up through the head. Keep drawing that belly in. Keep flattening that back. Your leg might be beginning to throb, but we're in this together. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Don't you dare drop that leg. And hold. Now, without setting it down, we're going to circle the leg. Now, of course, if you need to set it down, you can. But I know you will not set it down because you're stronger than that. So you're really going to feel all the front, the top of these quadriceps really working, as well as your inner and outer thigh. And of course, we're going to change direction. Julie, you say your posture is slipping, so I'm going to lie down if you need to. Remember, you do you and I'll do me. So working with your own body, let's be sensible. And can we... Nobody's joking. There we go. I was going to say, can we do another little move? But no, don't bother. Hug that knee in. I'm sure you need a well-deserved stretch. Just cross it over the other leg, the leg that you've just used. You just bring it across you. Foot is flat and just hook your little arm round and get a nice, well-deserved stretch in that leg. Okay, so of course, other side of the body now. I'm in no danger of thinking which leg have I worked. Hug the sore leg, which probably that tells me you've worked out. Hug that into your knee, into your chest. Foot is flat, so remember a nice flat back. And lift and lower. So it doesn't have to be lifting very high. You're just really thinking of strengthening the front of that leg, pointing your toe, breathing out. And remember, if you need to set that leg down before I change the movement or in between each of the movements, you please do, okay? Lifting and lowering. Now hold it here, raise those arms up. This time we're going to take them to the side. So working into those biceps and triceps again. Keep straightening that back, keep lifting up. Keep the toe pointed. If you can lift the leg a little bit higher, it might be easier, or lower. You work with how you feel. Excellent. And hold it here. Now can we circle? So slowly drawing the leg away from the body. You may want to lift this leg further away. That might help you. Or remember to take your option, keeping your back straight or down onto those elbows. I find that that is going to support me more, help me with my alignment. And change direction, other way. Excellent, folks. And release. Well done. So just cross that leg that you've used over, just bring it in and just rotate round to the other side of the body. So getting a lovely stretch on the outside of that leg. So at this point, really checking with yourself how you're feeling. Hopefully you're getting back into a little bit of a sense of the new normal, as they have. So sick of hearing those little phrases, but it is how we are now, so adjusting to things. So hopefully you're adjusting mentally and physically as well to what we have. So I want you just to come into your mermaid position. Okay, so for those who may be new to me today, mermaid position, we have the sole of one of the feet into the thigh of the other one. Your back leg is then in line with the back of the mat. Okay, so you can keep your hands on your hips. You can have your hands up at the outside of the head, elbows are wide, chest is open. We're going to think of the back leg first. So your option might be to bring your hands either side of your legs just to support you a little bit more. We're hinging at the hip. and we're just going to lift and lower that back leg. So keep a nice chest lifted. You may want to use these hands to support you. You may feel that it's easier to feel where you're working, those muscles. So really working into the bottom. Keep a nice flexed foot and 90-degree angle. And of course, if you want to, just lift those hands up to the body, taking them away from supporting you, but up to the head instead. Just keep your chest lifted, the back of the neck is nice and straight. Now hold this one. Now we're going to straighten the leg and bend. So little hamstring curl to the side. Try not to let your body slip over, but if you do need to, this is your option for a modification. Just supporting yourself where you need to. Really feeling it into the side of the body as you flex your foot away and draw that heel in. And release. Well done. So I'm going to we've done this movement before. We're just going to think of moving our arms round in front of the body and then back again. So that's the movement of our arms, thinking of rotating our arms all the way round in front and all the way round back. So the leg that we've just worked can come forward. So this is a lovely little release. We're just drawing the back leg in front of the body, hovering the toe. And as you bring your chest, you're going to lower a little bit slightly, working into that lower back as well. Coordination. I love having little flowing movements like this because I used to, in my youth and teenage years, be a little dancer, and I always think if you channel into a little dance move, it makes things that are exercising and helping your heart, lungs, muscles and bones, it just makes it so much more bearable. And one more, you imagine yourself on that beautiful stage. So hands are coming to the side of the body, okay? So we're going to give those legs a little break and focus more into our shoulders with our press up and our chest. So just draw the chest in between the hands, and you're just thinking of pressing the chest down. So not as challenging as a full press up, but still working into our obliques, our waist, as well as those shoulders and chest. And of course your option is to lift that back leg if it still hasn't had enough work, working against your own body weight resistance. Well done. Now we can hold this one down here in our little lion, I think it's in yoga something like lion pose or lion, drinking lion, that's the one, drinking lion, good. Julie remembered it, there we go. Got there in the end, Emma, and relax. So just bring your leg in front, you can just cross those legs, and if you want to, just focus on drawing those knees away from the body, okay? Or you can bring those feet together and just press your elbows against those inner thighs, just stretch that groin area out. You may have felt that a little bit tight at that point, okay? And I should at this stage say, remember, I always usually say at the start of my class, keep a towel, keep water, take a break when you need to. I say that as I go along. But of course, you know your own body, you know your own health, what you've done, and any doctor's advice you would obviously take before you participate in a class. So let's just think again of our support if we need it, if that's your option. Lifting that back leg, hands onto the waist or up at the head. So we're in the other side of the body. And again, you may find this easier or more challenging on this side of the body. So just lifting up. So we're thinking more of lifting up. Again, you can even do this if you want to. Thinking of a stretch if you find your leg coming out of that L-shaped position. Just really squeezing into your bottom, into the back of the leg. I can feel this in my midsection of my back as well. Full body workout. And hold this one up and squeeze. 4. Think of your thigh coming up, not forwards. 2, 1, and release. So just going to bring it forwards, remember, with those arms, and then take it behind. So as your chest comes forward, the toe is hovering off the floor. Excellent, well done. Looking really strong, looking really graceful. You too are like that little swan lake, your ballerina tutu, swimming like a lily or something, graceful and beautiful. You feel your elegance, Believe in yourself. You're looking fantastic, really strong. One more, and release. Then take those hands, the other side, just twisting the chest round and coming into your press up on this side of the body. So pressing your chest down between your hands, gaze of the eyes is down, neck is flat, and of course you can lift that back leg into our drinking lion. Emma, if you're doing this Vipash, you can let me know. I've got my terminology correct for my yogis out there. Excellent. And release. Well done. You can just actually give that little leg a stretch behind. We didn't do that on the other side. You might feel you need to do that as well. And then we're just going to come onto the side of the body. Okay? So, the leg that you've just worked, you can plant it onto the floor with the heel flat and draw the opposite leg, the lower leg, out in front of the body slightly. Okay? So, your option is to have this leg like this. You can have yourself up seated like we did from the other position. Okay? When we were sitting upright. You can lie down, or if you're very flexible, you can lengthen that leg up above you, okay? So I'm going to show you from this progressive option, you can be holding at the back of the calf, you can hold at the back of the thigh, or you can hold up at the ankle or the toe. So you can choose. This is a great stretch for the opposite leg. Foot is flexed on this leg. So it doesn't really matter if you want this leg in, or down, or up, because it's this other leg that we're working, okay? So a nice flat foot, and we are thinking of flexing. We're wanting to work on the inside of the thigh, so we're just going to lift and lower. So this is where, if you're lying down like this, try not to shrug into your shoulders. If you want to incorporate that leg, holding onto the sole of the opposite foot, we're just lifting and lowering. So really breathing out as you work. So of course, although we are working this leg, lifting and lowering, we're also stretching, if your leg is up like this, into the other leg. Now hold this one and small little pulses. Excellent. Now can we draw this leg back, level with the other leg, and slide it forward. Remember, if this gets too much, you can drop the foot down. So you're just drawing it in to the inside of the other one, and then try and work it out into that 90 degrees. Now everybody's hip mobility is different, everybody's flexibility, so you work with how you feel, just drawing the leg out, away from the body, and in. My foot looks a bit wonky, it looks like it's pointing down, so maybe yours is too. It's the thing when we don't have mirrors, I'm just looking at my TV and thinking my leg looks. So remember, you're bringing it back towards you. Now, if you want, you can set that leg down. If not, keep the foot flexed. If you haven't got your leg up, try now to extend it, and we're going to bring the legs down together and separate. So your option is to set this lower leg down. You can always have this bent and just come down and lift. You can have the knees bent, take them out and lift, whatever way works for you. So I'm going to show you that the feet are in plie position, first position. This leg can stay on the floor and you can lift and lower. Okay, you can bring this hand in front to support you, or if you wish, lift the legs off the floor and draw them away and together. So a side plie double inside leg, and inside leg, lifting and lower, really closing there. And one more, and well done. Let's just give that leg a well-earned break, coming into our side, press A and drag. So drag the leg up, stretch it, and snap it closed. You maybe feel this is a lot easier now, having done that other move. That leg is so much more longer, leaner, more flexible. So as you point the toe, as you drag up, and then flex as you draw the heels down. Breathing out, lovely, well done everybody. Keep checking in with that shoulder alignment on the other side. And last one, we're just going to bring that leg in front, okay? You can give that bottom a little bit of love. So we're going to roll onto our back now, just before And I won't forget to do the other side. Just rolling onto our back, all right? So, we're just thinking of coming back into the back of the body. So really think of imprinting your lower back into the floor, okay? So, those legs that we've just used, remember which one, whether it was your left or right. I'm sure you'll not forget, considering it's probably an agony if you're anything like mine. So we're just going to draw those shoulders away from our ears, bringing your shoulder blades into the floor, palms are facing up. And remember, the back is reconnecting with that floor. So you shouldn't be able to get a paper, £5 note or anything underneath that lower back. Think of pressing down. So bringing your knees in and your legs up into that same plie position. We're going to take them into a wide V and then draw those heels together. So similar movement to what we were doing when we were on the floor. However, this time we're working more into those abs because our position of our body in this supine, lying on your back position. So you're going to still be working into those inside and outside thighs, working more into our lower abdominals. Now, if you wish to work the upper abs as well, you can just lift your head off the floor, bringing those elbows to the side of the body, and as you open, you can crunch up, take the head down, either set it down or hover it off the floor. So squeezing upper and lower body down to meet. Excellent. Breathing out. Keep flexing those feet. Of course, your knees can be soft if this is too much of a challenge for you, with the legs straight. And one more. And release. Just bring the knees in. You can just circle that back on the floor. Give yourself a little hug. And then taking the leg that you had already worked, you can just cross that over your opposite thigh. Now we can keep our head on the floor. We're just going to lift the lower body and curling in. So you can set that toe down on the floor if you wish, or you can just let it hover as you curl the lower body in towards the upper body. But of course we're getting a lovely stretch into that hip as well. Bringing the knee in, bringing the head up, lengthen that leg and just enjoy that moment. Excellent, well done. And release. Okay, take that leg off and we're going to think of coming into our shoulder bridge. So, tucking your tailbone under, really squeezing into those glutes. We want to really think of lifting the whole of the bottom, lifting the back off the floor. Try not to let your knees separate out. Keep your feet well planted in the floor, okay? Now we're going to bring those arms into that position where our elbows are connected, thinking of our movement that we did standing. So we're just sticking out into our little pectoral squeeze. So your bottom is staying high and you're just lifting and lowering those elbows out to the side of the body, down towards the ground. Keep squeezing that bottom. Try not to let those hips drop. Breathing out as you work into the chest area. Now, on this one, keep those elbows together. Take them overhead and drop. So draw your elbows in towards your belly. So we're working more into our triceps, back of the arm as we lift and lower those bottoms and hips, really squeezing, just hovering above the mat, breathing out as you draw them in. And last one, and release. Well done, excellent. You can just bring those arms behind you if you want to stretch that tummy out. And we're going to cross the other leg over, coming back into those little reverse curls with the knee out. So drawing it in, keep the head down, or if you wish, you can lift the head up, of course. That is another option for you. Breathing out. So really focus on working the knee away from the body out towards me. And then remember, you can lift and lower that head or not, if you choose not to. Holding this one up, lengthen the leg, draw it in towards you. and release. Just let the soles of the feet come together. Let those knees come out wide. Just draw them away and then draw the heels in. So just really working the back into the mat. Draw the heels in. And release. Just bring your hands round to one side of the body so you're polishing your knees. Just squeezing the heels together. Those knees out wide. Breathing out as you curl in, working into those obliques as well. Now changing direction. For 4, 3, 2, and release. Well done. Just lengthen the fill of the body out, stretch fingers and toes away. And then you can either bring your hands underneath your bottom to protect your back or let them stay on the floor. We're just going to think of lifting both those legs off the floor and just holding it here. Really feeling your core. Keep your head in neutral, eyes to the ceiling, and we're going to flutter. Breathing out. Let's see, come on, you can do it. Excellent. Keep lifting, lifting, squeezing, fluttering. Keep focusing on that lower back. Don't let anything come underneath between you and the mat. 3, 2, 1, and release. So can we just come into a full roll up? So your option might be to have your knees bent, or you can keep your legs long. We're going to think of rolling up, and as we do, draw one knee into the chest, arms out in your L position, coming back, and then coming up into the other side. So your full roll up position, breathing out as you alternate your arms. One is vertical and one is horizontal. Stretching that chest forwards, stretching that back and that tummy as you release. Single leg lift. And one more. Says she, and release. So just rolling onto your tummy now. And then when we come off our tummy position, we're going to work the other side of that body. So just coming onto your belly, just really checking in. You can bring your hands under your head with your position of your hips. Legs are long, shoulders are open. Draw them away from your neck. And we're just going to think of lifting those legs and our flutter from our prone position. So fluttering those little legs, really squeezing, working into that bottom. Lifting, squeezing, excellent. And hold it here. Take your legs out and in. Continuing to strengthen our lower back as well as our legs. And release. Well done. So just take yourself out into your little Superman pose now. So your chest is connected with the floor, your hips are connected with the floor, and we're just going to think of lifting one arm, and opposite leg. So keeping your head down, forehead connected with the mat, lengthening through your fingers and toes, working into your back, into your shoulders, as well as into those bottoms. So just alternating, seeing how you feel. And of course, if you have any back pain, you can just do the arm movement, opposite arms, or you can do the opposite leg. And then your progression, folks, is to lift that chest up off the floor, opposite arms and legs, gaze of the eyes still onto the floor, neck in neutral with your spine. And see how you feel with this. And then if you wish, let's progress and lift and lower. So we'll do 3 more like this, lifting and lowering, and 2 more, and 1. Excellent. Just draw those hands in towards your chest, push yourself up, coming into your child's pose position, really stretching that back out. Open your fingers like little stars and stretch them away from the body. And then bring yourself up and swing those legs round to the other side. So remembering we're in our side position, our elbow is underneath our shoulder. We can have the lower leg out towards the diagonal of the room. Your foot is flexed, you're leading with the inside of your foot. Now remember, this back leg, if it's most comfortable for you to be like this, you can bring it in. Remember, grabbing behind the calf, thigh, heel, toe, whatever you feel for you today. This leg is going to lift at that side angle, 45 degrees and lower. So you should have a lovely fresh leg, and if your leg is aching already, maybe from the other exercises that we've done, that's okay. But if your leg is aching to the point where you're thinking, this feels very familiar, perhaps you're on the other side again. So I would suggest very quickly that you shimmy round to the opposite side of the body, okay? So that you don't have one leg stronger and more flexible than the other. So, lifting and lowering, excellent. Really lovely. Now, dragging that leg in, level with the body, and back out. So remember about that toe position. Keep a nice flat foot, says she with her toes to the ground. That is really weird looking. I know my feet look dirty. I am just out of the shower. It's just, I think the shadow of the foot is the dead skin with no pedicures and manicures and World War issues like getting your roots done. Really realise how good it is to be natural, isn't it? Don't need all that beauty products and things. We can survive rightly without a lot of things, can't we? Simple things makes you appreciate, and this is great me talking to you because it actually prevents you thinking about how many times you've moved that leg back and forward. So letting go, remember, bring it down and open. So lifting and lowering, hand can be at the head or down in front, flexed feet, and a 45-degree heel to heel, excellent. Really balancing, well done. We'll do a few more. And release, well done. Let that lower leg come down, and we're going to just side press that, flexing as you connect. So remember, as you drag it up into your presse and connecting. Lovely, well done. And flexing the heel as you bring it down. Well done. Really, really brilliant, folks. Looking really strong. And release, well done. Just draw yourself back onto that tummy. Just come up into your 4-point kneeling position, and you can just take those hips to the heels, then forward, circling your hips around the world, one direction, and change over, opposite direction. Excellent. And stepping yourself onto your knees, or if that's not comfortable, you can just stay on your hunkers position, or you can stay with your legs crossed, okay? We're going to think of coming into our windows, so we want to have our elbows bent, okay? We're going to stretch them up and bring them back, down, through center, up. So take them back and then draw them forwards, stretching up through the crown of the head. Take your elbows back and then draw them parallel arms. And then if you want to, draw yourself up, and as you do this, set your bottom back towards your heels. So just keeping your chest lifted as you circle those arms. So I'll turn to the side so you can see me. Taking your back, side, hovering off your heels as you circle those arms. And then depending on your flexibility, we're going to just travel one arm back towards that heel behind you, stretching up to the sky. Lovely for the back, the hips, the shoulders, and change over, other arm up to the sky. And bring those knees, stepping one, and then the other forwards, well done. Just bring your hands to the side of the head. We're just going to lift one knee at a time, just reawakening those ankles, those knees. Checking in with your balance, folks, well done. And then if you want to just finish, woo, I'm certainly not balanced, finish. Sometimes you're more wobbly at the end of a class than you are at the start because you felt quite chilled and your breathing is really slowed down. But as you take one knee into our standing bicycle, just drawing one across the body, just really remobilizing your elbows, your shoulders, your knees, your ankles, and then just bending down, stretching up, and coming into that side bend again, all the way around, and change direction, change the grasp of your hands. So again, you may feel this time that your legs are a lot more flexible and you can keep them straight, just forward fold, just pedaling one knee and then the other, just feel the whole of that back release, and then draw your little heels, knees together, coming right up, and bring your hands together. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully we will be together soon in the real life. Until then, take care, look after yourself, and enjoy all that you have in front of you for the rest of the week. Thank you so much. Let me know how you felt about that class today as well. Thank you. Bye.